Hi, good afternoon. How is everyone today? How do I begin this? I have Gmail, which I had told everyone if you have some questions to go to my Gmail and ask me some questions. Well, I had gotten even burned out on that from answering so much because it does take a toll on me when I go and I look into all of this. But I think one of the reasons I went ahead and I wrote down all of these questions from Allison was because maybe some of you have the same exact thoughts of what about this and what about that. Allison was really angry with me because I decided I wasn't going to answer them because the questions that she asked me were in such in-depth detail for the answers. There's no way I could sit on my phone and text all that out. No, not even talks texting. It's too much. I do not have a computer. All I have is my phone. She sent me an accumulation of 19 questions, but they're not simple answers. They're quite in depth in some of this. So I figured this would be my first and last time that I'm going to do this, and that's answer all of these because it's a lot. I had talked about some of this, a lot of it in my videos, so the answers are in the videos, but maybe I'm not clear about it, or maybe YouTube got rid of some of those videos, which I know I did, but who knows? I've gotten a lot of stuff taken down. So here we go. The first one is the void, in essence, the body of the Creator? The answer is everything is the Creator. Even the archon is, in essence, the body of the Creator. Everything is. Everything started from thought, which you can call it the first source, the Creator, before there was even a creation of anything tangible and physical, because there's always been thought, it just always was. So yes, that's a real easy one. Now, I guess I shouldn't go any further. Let me answer some of these other questions so I can answer what I'm going to say next. Okay, number 2. Is there any part of us energetically outside this construct, or are we fully immersed? Okay, and I've talked about this in video 3. There's 2 kinds of things going on here. One is the void, which is where we all came from. And if you're inside of this archonic box, which is the archonic being who's created this inside of himself, and he actually didn't create anything, he just took us in. So it's not a creation, it's a taking in. It's like having a bucket and filling it full of fish, and then the fish start creating inside the bucket, because that's exactly what's happening. So no, if we're inside here, where we are now, we are fully immersed. But here's the thing. Since we're inside this archonic being, and we're inside this simulation, we have been shattered. And through the shattering, it's like taking a glass and slamming it down into 1,000 pieces. I have videos on this where this is where we come in with the parallel realities and what have you, because everywhere one of your shards landed is a piece of you. And it's always us trying to gather ourselves up like Humpty Dumpty, which is why we always mistake that empty feeling that somebody else needs to come in and fill that void, when in reality, we need to fill ourselves. We're looking for our own shards, thinking that the people around us might be able to do that for us. It'll never work. It doesn't work that way. This is why so many people are unhappy with their partners, because thinking that they're going to fill them up. Of course not. You can't do that. All you can do is enjoy and be with the people that are around you, your loved ones, whatever, but they will never fill you up. You have to fill yourself up. So there you go on that one. Number 3. Is the connection to the Creator literally VIA, our heart space, or is it all of us, ourselves? So back again to biology. It isn't about biology. We are part of Source. We came from Source, and Source came from Source, and it goes back. Our connection is because we are Source ourselves. It's as simple as that. It's all energetic. And yes, you can bring it down to the biology of this reality, but it is simplistic in this form. No, it's so much more. And I better not elaborate on that because I have other questions that she'll ask. Okay, number 4. You said the archon cannot create. Didn't it create this trap? Also, can you please explain Michael? That is a loaded question. The archon is the trap. He didn't create himself. He is himself. So we, in turn, are trapped in the archon reality. We need to get out. Of course, we are heading that direction. And then as far as Michael, what a loaded question. Michael is the construct created in the construct. I won't even know how to do this. When this place was created, it was created for the 102 that couldn't raise their vibration because they were so low that within the mainframe of Sophia, this reality was created to put energy beings, because after all, we are still energy without solid form. So please go watch video 3. I don't want to have to rehash all this stuff again. But there you go. Video 3 and video 5 will explain that even better than I can, because there's so many questions I need to get through that I can't go into severe detail on each question, because they are in my videos. Okay, number 5. Am I correct in saying that the archon cannot be destroyed? You cannot destroy energy. You can transmute it, you can diminish it, you can shatter it, but you cannot destroy it. And only through our high vibration we can escape it. That is absolutely true. Our high vibration will actually grow out of this archon box because we've been so diminished. And I've done videos on this also, our diminishing, which is why our being can't fit in these small bodies, and our auric field can extend 50 feet around us because we've been so diminished. Okay, number 6. Is there a way for the starseeds that are awake to the archon to connect and create an opposition or connect together and do a high vibrational energy burst? What effect would that have? Yes, everything in here is intent. It's called manifestation. We can manifest the world. We can manifest the new reality. In between each moment, we have a non-moment. And in those non-moments is when we can create. And I said it on, I think, video 5. It's like frames in a film. And it's the in-between where you create. The more people you have focusing on something, the more it can be created. This is why it's so imperative that we do the 100 monkey effect. The more everyone knows, the more it spreads out through the ether, through our soul beings, through our intent. We are thought, and we are all connected. It's just that it takes a little time for it to start catching up. So yes, absolutely. Number 6. Is there a way for the starseeds that are awake to the archon to connect and create oh, did I read this one already? Oh, yes, I did. Ooh, better start paying attention to what I'm reading here. Oh, this is the other part of 6. I have been visualizing sending a pillar of light from my heart to the sun, and then it spreads out like an umbrella and dissolving all the barriers, I guess, put in peace to whatever. Does it help? Blah, blah, blah. Yes. Intention is absolutely everything. You can visualize all kinds of things. I always visualize placing crystals all over this snow globe. I build a crystal in my mind and I place them. I make them a mile high, and I bury them deep into the ground, and I make them a mile wide. So they're a mile high and a mile wide. I make them out of a clear crystal, and then through that I put my intent and thought through each and every one of them of high vibrations. There are so many things you can do with your imagination, because it is the key to unlocking this reality. Remember, everything is thought here. Everything is in a reality that we are the creator being, and it's all done with thought. You have to think it to create it. So yes, anything like that, go right ahead. Whatever you have to do to raise the vibration in this reality, I'd say go for it. Number 7, are all the aliens negative? Absolutely not. Are all people negative? No. If not, are there any who are working inside of our or outside the construct for the light. Yes, in the end, everything is light. The whole negative concept is relatively new, even though we don't think it, because time passes differently in this linear time that we're in, this archon. Remember, when we say aliens, just break it down to energy beings. Every single one of us is an energy being. To have the idea that you are only human, no, you're having a human experience. And you might be having a whatever experience. So there you go. Energy. Energy can be placed anywhere. Energy can... It's energy. If I wanted to be a door for a day, I could be a door. If I wanted to be an animal, I could be put into an animal. If I wanted to be a plant, I could be put into a plant. It's energy. It's thought. Although that does break down into different categories because of reincarnation. But I have more questions, so let me go into this because I could just ramble on. Are channelers just channeling controlled entities? Yes and no. This place is, we are in the archon box. So some of what's coming in is, of course, opposition to what you really want, and that's a higher reality. And then there's the higher reality, which is being channeled also. And remember, everything, and I mean absolutely everything, is inside of you, inside of your Akashic records. You have all the answers. Look within to find without. Sometimes you might be asking questions and you're answering yourself in your own question. And you just need verification that that's what you're doing. So there you go on that. Are all channelers being used by the construct? No. Some, yes. Some, no. It's as diverse as people are. It's which way do you want to fly? Which way do you want to go? It's really free will. This is the wild, wild west because it is free will. And this is one of the biggest free will arenas, which is why negativity can rampage all over us. Oh, boy. Okay, number 9. We can we individually channel our inner self? If we can, have a telepathic conversation. Well, of course. Go in to go without. And I always say that. All your answers lie within you anyway. Stop looking outside for the answers and start looking inside. What resonates with you? There you go. Can we channel, hate the term, other good energies stuck in the construct? If anyone is stuck anywhere, it's because they've decided not to move anywhere. You cannot really help anyone who has decided not to go anywhere. That's also a misnomer. We just assume, oh, you're stuck, you gotta go. No, they chose not to leave for a reason. They'll leave when they want to leave. It's as simple as that. Can somebody make you do something you don't want if you really wanted to do it and then deem it you're stuck or you're this, you're that? No. So we go to the next page. Okay, 11. You said you were blue energy being. That is true. Interesting, as I am one too. Well, that's fascinating. That was invited into the box. Wait a minute. I am blue too. That was invited into the box and got trapped. Yes. You also said you remember being on a ship and traveling here. Can you explain this, please? Oh, boy, this is another loaded question. This is not a simple answer. Okay. I remember being put into this simulation. Of course I do. And this is how I remembered it. Years and decades ago, I woke up out of this simulation. And when I woke up out of it, of course, I'm looking around, and in that moment, I had a, oh my God moment, nothing is real, and knew that I was projected into this. We were traveling to New Earth. You can call it New Earth. It is 1,000 years from where we are now. And on my craft, I had a bunch of beings that were hooked up into the simulation also. Because when you're going to a new arena of beings, you need to know all about them. So you hook up to this simulation, and it's like learning. It's like fast track learning. In a very short time, you can get a lot of information by actually living that reality. So say I was from wherever and I wanted to know about this group of beings. The best thing I could do is experience a life as that group of beings. So you would download a part of your consciousness into having that life experience, because learning things from books is not the same as actually experiencing it. Even though it's all here, it's still being experienced. So you know exactly. There's no guessing, there's no thinking, it's experience, and that's why it's done to begin with. You have to understand the people or the beings that you're going to be intermingling with. You have to really know, because you have to have experienced that type of reality. And it's as simple as that. So I hope that answers it. Now let me see. What are meteors? Comets. If we are in a snow globe, then meteors can't come from the space. I have a piece of moldavite. Can you explain on both of these things, please? This is another loaded question. I did a video where I showed a diagram that I had drawn of the cosmic egg. Martin Kenny is the one that got me to look at and call it the cosmic egg. And when I did, and that's when I saw everything, and it was like, oh my. On top area where all the little domes are, that would be your different Mars, Jupiter, whatever. There are other cosmic eggs. This is the thing. There are quite a few other cosmic eggs. Please go watch that video. It explains a lot. There's no such space like that. Of course, there's no such thing as meteors. I also own a piece of moldavite, and when I pick it up, I see exactly what it was. And it's not a meteor. It never was. It is basically a form of sand superheated, and it's a certain form of sand. That's why it's green. It was never a meteor. There's no such things as meteors. There never was. The meteors that I see that are being deemed meteors are literally things that are falling or being thrown at us. It's being launched from point A, going through and landing. So it's stuff that's being launched at us. It's not. And other things have been deemed meteors, and they've been downcraft. So that's another one too. We have to look at how many things have been deemed meteors, and no, you got to go to their origin, and none of it's meteors. Well, it can't be. So I hope that answers something. 13. When we originally incarnated via the archon trap, did we have a choice or a choice of environment or body we would be born into? Yes and no, and most of the time it's no. And I'll tell you why. Most beings that get trapped in the reincarnation system, they get trapped fast, and then they just send you wherever. You didn't have a choice. You just went because you didn't know any better. Someone just said, follow me or come with me, and you went. Because we're disoriented when we first pass, when we leave these shells. It's like waking up. So again, please, when you pass, don't go anywhere. Come into your full being, and you'll know what to do. And when I do see other beings that had a choice of coming in, basically, most of them are coming in like I came in from outside of this into this matrix program. And of course, at that point, we can design how we look, where we land, what we do, blah, blah, blah. Yes, it's very much so. So there's like two different scenarios going on. The reincarnation scheme doesn't allow this. You just land where you land. And when you're coming in through a projected reality into this matrix, yes, you can determine everything. No problem. So, number 14. Do we have a choice of reincarnation, reality, environment, body, etc.? Okay, this is the same thing. I just answered it. There you go. Let's go to the next one. Let's go to 15. Is it possible that all your family are matrix controlled? How do we tell the difference between matrix beings, us, and the 102? The The 102 are the very darkest of the dark entities. That's why they couldn't go. This is why this place was created. If you've ever come across somebody, which I doubt, one of the darkest of the dark, depending on your circles you run in, odds are you're not going to meet one of the original 102. You're just not. They are the darkest of the dark. The light is devoid within them, which means that basically I don't see timelines behind us anymore. This was their last shot to level up. And then they will be dealt with. They will be reassimilated because this reality is changing. We are in the Aquarian age. I see a bright, beautiful future ahead of us, but we are in a war. And please don't forget that we're in a war. And this is a war. So it's not going to be pretty. So try to keep the high vibration. I don't care what you have to do because the war is a vibrational war. If you carry a low negative vibration, and I've said this 1,000 times, you're going to be attacked severely. So get the higher vibration, find a reason to be happy, find your inner you, and know that no matter what happens in this reality, the fact that you know what you know now will arm you for your next reality. If you don't want to be reincarnated, hey, wake up out of it. So there you go. As far as your family being matrix, I'd say that there's basically about, I had thought at one point there was a small percentage of starseeds in here because I see energy. Energy is either vibrant or it's dull. And when it's dull, I just assume that it's matrix beings. But a lot of starseeds have been waking up and all of a sudden they're starting to get brighter and brighter and brighter. And I have been just leveled how many starseeds are actually in here now. Because when I look across it, it's quite a few, at least 1 million, maybe more. So there's the original 102, and then there's the starseeds that well over 1 million, maybe millions, because they keep waking up every minute of every day. And there you go. As far as matrix beings are created and uncreated in every moment. The more you get entangled with these matrix beings, all of a sudden they have a house, they have a life, whatever. They have children, they have a background. Where if you just met them in the street, they only exist for that moment while you're there to make you feel like you're surrounded by multiple beings. Yes. So if there's only 102, how many of us are there? Including the 102, and how many souls are on Earth? How many matrix beings are there? There are as many matrix beings as required because they're constantly being created and broke down. Created and broke down. The only time they stick around is if you are entangled with them. So I don't know how to begin to answer that except that way. How could you count something that's there and then not there? I don't know. 17. Where do animals come into the soul versus matrix made picture, i.e., can animals be incarnated soul starseeds, and can they be inhabited by the archon? Okay. When you are reincarnated, you can be slammed into anything, and that includes a tree. And most likely not, though, because most of us are past that. At one point, yeah, we were a lot of vegetation. So the next one is animals. I remember clearly being a brown eagle and living on the side of a mountain with a huge nest. And I remember how it looked to be an eagle when you're looking down. I remember looking through those eyes, how everything was. And a little bit of that is still carried over into this reality, as I've had people say, wow, you have a pinpoint look and can't see the broader picture sometimes when I'm reading and stuff. It's really weird. So yes, you can absolutely be animals. You can be anything, actually. Be kind to everything and treat it with respect because it is an energy life force. Can the archon take on anything? Well, it can infiltrate anything. Yes, it can. Odds are it doesn't if it doesn't benefit. Most of the time, the archon beings would like to take over humanity. Not so much animals. There's not really much in it for them, for animals, because they don't have a lot of sway. But I would say the majority of animals, no way. No, and even a lot of our animals, our reality is being created in the moment that you're there. So that doesn't even exist. I mean, when you think about the entire thing, you think everything is here, blah, blah, blah. But not really. It's a construct. Let me see. So that's the animal one. Okay, next, number 18. Can you expand on what the planets are? What are we seeing? Are they energy beings trapped in matter? If so, are there negative planets working against us? Okay, no. What are planets? Energy beings. Okay, first off, when I look out of this, it's like a planetarium, but you can still see through it. And then you see things that are kind of morphing. Those are energy beings, like Gaia was at one time. I talk about this in a couple of my videos. Are they trapped in matter? Nah, I wouldn't say they're trapped. Of course, we're all trapped in the archon box, but in this simulation, not really. It's like I came in with my own free will. Only the ones that are caught in the reincarnation trap, which, please go watch video 3 and 5, which are the original 102, are truly trapped because they have nowhere to go. They really need to raise their vibrations, and I don't think they're going to do it. Most of them, they're not going. They're the lowest of the low, and what I mean by low is low vibration. So, yeah. The energy beings that are out in our supposed space, which is actually salted water, they can go in and out of this. Absolutely. It's their choice. Time doesn't run the same out there. In here, in this reality, in this cosmic egg, we're given linear time, which gives us a focal point because we are on such a level where everything is 3D, and the other Ds are coming in finally, but yeah, it's mad. It's very complicated. When I look at it, it's like, whoa, even I have a hard time looking at reality. So I do the best that I can. Are there negative planets working against this? No, that's also a misnomer. They're energy beings. Are there archon-driven energy beings? Of course. Does it mean that the beings outside of this are archon? No, they're just energy beings like you and me. If we are in a construct that is designed of geometry, mathematics, then are symbols such as the tetrahedron, Merkaba, traps? Okay, in this matrix, that was my last one. In this matrix construct, everything is mathematical. Everything is geometrical. You can take geometry and make it either positive or negative. That's just a given. I would say that there's been a lot of tampering to keep you in a more unstable reality. So actually, everything is only and ever has been thought. So when you see numbers or shapes or whatever, that is this matrix construct, because it is a construct. So yeah, I guess you can twist anything, because when I look into it, I see that you can take things and pervert them to be on the negative scale, because remember, everything is positive and negative. What I'm saying about that is that if you go up in vibration, you're going more to a positive light reality. And all of it is based in love, understanding, compassion. You really have to leave the negative things behind. Because we are geometrically designed ourselves, if you have anger and if you have hate, it does affect you on a cellular level. So yes, absolutely. So I guess that will be the end of my video. I hope this answered anybody else that might have had these questions, because this is exactly why I did it, because I thought if Allison had these questions, maybe other people did too. So I thought I had clearly explained some of this on my other videos, but I'll have to go and see how many of my videos have been taken down. So Remember that I'm on Odyssey now. I am going to be posting this on YouTube because I don't think I'll get a strike for anything I'm saying. Find me on Odyssey. And here we go. Okay, everybody, have a great day. Bye.